Hey, this is Laidback Luke, and you're listening to Release with Reelax.
The number you have reached has been disconnected. The new number is...
The phone booth.
All right, here we go in the phone booth. To kick it off, we've got in Australia at the moment, with great pleasure to have him in here, Mr. Laidback Luke, in for a chat. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Really enjoying my time here, and thanks for having me in the booth.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you here. It is a bit of a whirlwind one. It always does seem to be for you guys travelling around the world. I know you've just come off a great American tour. Now you're down to Australia for actually a pretty concise set of dates. So you're covering, we've got you halfway through Australia so far. How's it going for you?
Oh, it's amazing to be back. I mean, I always have so much fun here in Australia, and I gotta give a big props to the crowd, who seem to be very energetic and way more up to just having silly fun than the rest of the world. So big up.
Nice. Now, I mean, talk about silly fun. You have taken that across the world, of course, with your Tomorrowland and Super You and I concept as well, which seems to be... A lot of people get into that one too, though. It's not just Australia. That's taking across the world, yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, I kind of need to force the fun upon the rest of the world sometimes. But yeah, that's been taking off really well, and I'm very happy to have hosted my areas at Tomorrowland and Creamfields as well.
So we are talking to Laidback Luke in the phone booth on Release right now, who said he's currently in Australia, but you just come up the back of, before here, it was what, holy shit, and then before that you did a tour across the United States on the good old tour bus as well. Take us through that concept in America, the old tour bus. It's a different level of touring, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like more old school, and they're definitely more used to it. I mean, rock bands have been doing that for ages. Bringing your own production, bringing your own crew. It's actually a lot of fun, and definitely a nice other experience than just flying everywhere.
I know we've talked to our mate Tommy Trash as well, who's been doing that recently, and he absolutely loves it. You can't get enough of it, because I guess what a lot of people don't realise exactly that the travel time when you're going to get to an airport, checking in, it's not so much the time on the plane, but it's all that time in between. So there's a lot of straight off onto the bus and you're in your lounge already. So it seems to be a great little experience.
Absolutely, and so the bed is a flat bed. Usually we just need to sit up straight and sleep in the airplanes. And I generally say that the airports around the world are where the most evil in the world are located, and especially when you're just on 4 hours of sleep.
Absolutely. We're talking to Laidback Luke in the phone booth right here. Talking about the American tour, but of course we said you are now here in Australia as well, and I guess Australia is becoming more and more a special part to you. I know you've got some collaborations. You do a lot of collaborations with everyone across the globe, but now some more Australians are featuring prominently. You've been sort of mentoring a few Australians and working closely with them. Talk us through some of those.
Yeah, there's been so much good stuff coming out of Australia lately, and it's very impressive to me to see how it's going. I mean, I've been playing stuff by Samuel James. Obviously, I just did a collab with the guys from Peking Duck called Mufasa. I've been supporting Joel Fletcher and Will Sparks a lot, and later in the year I actually have a collaboration with Will Sparks coming up.
Wow, huge. That's huge. He's definitely one that has taken on the rest of the world. Will Sparks had a phenomenal year last year, and it's great to see that sound now just really starting to kick off into America. I mean, I know we've talked about it, we've seen it here for a while, but it just seems to really be starting to infiltrate and across the rest of the world, not only America.
Absolutely. I mean, internationally, it's such a nice new breeze when it comes to the sound, and I'm actually happy that the rest of my fellow Dutch DJs are sleeping on it a little bit. So this will make me stand out a little bit when I'm playing my sets all across the world. And yeah, I think it's very exciting, and there's still so many possibilities within the bounce sound. And myself and a few other guys, I mean, Dioro is doing amazing stuff as well, are trying to get the sound to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It is quite a similar, I guess, variation, if you will, to that Dutch sound, though, isn't it? Like, it's not far off it, but it's just a quite refreshing change to it.
Yeah, to me, it's like the little sister of the Dutch sound, so it's very easy for me to get into it. And whereas we had like a ton of possibilities done with the Dutch sound because it's just a little bit older. Yeah, the bounce sound is just very refreshing at the moment.
We're talking to Laidback Luke in Release right here on the phone booth, and talking about collaborations, and one we're going to mention too is your recent one with Martin Solveig and yourself. Not only it's a great record called Blow, but of course a fantastic film clip on that one too, which must have been a lot of fun for you.
Oh man, it was so much fun to shoot that, and I must give Martin Solveig the props on this one because he's actually a hobby director, and he really loves to come up with concepts, and he always thinks in videos. And he came up with such a great direction for me to be like a martial arts actor in the videos, and we actually shot like 5 mini movies on one day. And the way the video came out was really something else, I must say, and I'm very happy with it.
And it's good to see a lot of your international peers all getting behind it, doing cameo roles in there. Like, everyone seemed to get involved into the video as well. It's sort of it's great to see.
I mean, both Martin and I are very much in touch with all the DJs around, and they were very happy to join in and join with the fun.
Brilliant. Laidback Luke, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, mate. We know you're halfway through your tour in Australia. We've got a few more dates. Check your gig guys to find out exactly where. But you've got Adelaide coming up, Melbourne, and of course Sydney, the big one, ending off the tour. So we wish you all the best for that. And I guess the year 2014, I'm sure, is going to be a busy one for you.
Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, there's a ton of tracks coming up. And a lot of places to tour already, and I'm very happy to be back in Australia, and I'm very much looking forward to the rest of the days.
So before we go, though, we always like to, is there something we can get you to play on the show for us?
Well, absolutely, and since we spoke about it, I would love to announce Blow as my pick to play.
Here it is, from the man Laidback Luke and Martin Solveig together for you. Blow, on Release.
For more, head to djrelax.com.